Hey guys, it's Carter. Welcome back to the channel. Now in today's video, we are going to be talking about if you're unprofitable as a swing trader, what can you do to become profitable? We're going to be talking about tips and tricks and a strategy that I've used for over 6 years to become a full-time swing trader in the stock market. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this. And if you guys are new to the channel, hit that like button and subscribe. And don't forget to check out our course where you guys can learn how to find these stocks, our strategies, our mindset, our approach. We have private live streams, quizzes, lectures, group chat, all that stuff. And we're doing pretty much a crazy sale, one of the largest sales we've ever done. 50% off by using code LIONS. Yes, like the Detroit Lions, because they just won. So I did a sale for you guys. So 50% off, code LIONS, and you guys will have access to the 8-week course, and it's absolutely fantastic. So let's jump into this here. So I hope you guys all enjoyed it. So if you're a unprofitable trader, the first thing that I would highly recommend doing is getting one of these. Now, this is a trading journal. Now, this is the one that I used and one that I sell actually on Amazon, and I'll put it down below. But if you don't want to spend the money, yes, you guys can use a 99-cent journal from the dollar store. But the reason why this is so important is because this is going to help you analyze your trades. You're pretty much going to document everything, your entry, your exit, the reasons for taking the trade, reviewing your trades to see if you can spot patterns on things that work well. But more importantly, what you're going to be looking for is identifying mistakes. Now, the reason why is because obviously what you're doing is wrong. Something in your strategy, something in choosing your entries, something with choosing the stock, whatever it may be, is wrong. So you have to take a step back and look at and review what you're doing. The next thing that I would recommend doing after you review your trades is obviously use a stop loss. Make sure no matter what type of trade you take, whether it's a home run, a slam dunk, and you're super confident in it, always have a stop loss to limit your downside. Avoid holding onto a losing position with hope that it will reverse. I always love the expression, when you're wrong, you're wrong. But when you're right, you're right. So what that means is when you're wrong on a trade, we've all been wrong on stocks. Warren Buffett, Paul Tudor Jones, Ray Dalio, some of the best investors of all time, some of the best traders of all time, they've been wrong. And what they do really good is cut their losses. They're willing to just get out of the position and move on. But if you ever notice when a hedge fund or an investor, they buy a stock and the stock squeezes up a little bit, maybe they make some money, and then they buy more because they're right. When they're right, and they're really, really willing to go heavier on that position. So always make sure you guys have a stop loss in place. The next thing is having a good risk and reward. So we'll talk about it with our strategy here in a little bit, but pretty much you want to make sure that the trade is at least double the risk. So what that means is you're risking $1 to make $2. In an ideal situation, it's $3, $4, $5, but ideally, you want it doubled. So you're risking 50 cents to make $1. You're risking 1 cent to make 2 cents in that. So doing this will just help improve your risk management. All right, the next thing here that I would recommend doing here is refining your trading strategy. Refining your trading strategy, and what this is, what you can do is back test some of your strategies, looking back at stocks, test your strategy on historical data, and see how it performs in different market conditions. Now, one way you guys can do that is on Moomoo. They offer a backtesting feature. I've really, honestly, I'll be completely honest with you, I haven't used it too much. I've stuck with something that works extremely well for me, whether we're in a bull market or a bear market. So I think that for me, I don't really back test, to be honest, as much as I should. I'll be honest with you guys. The last thing I want to talk about is emotional control, and just sticking to your plan. Emotions go crazy when you're not sticking to your plan. So as long as you guys can just stick to your plan and avoid trading based on fear or greed or FOMO and just staying disciplined, it'll just help your success rate. So guys, let's dive into the strategy that I've been using for over 6 years. So obviously, if you guys have been following the channel for a minute, you guys know that we've had an astonishing week. We're up a little over $2,000, which honestly is a very nice week here. One of the stocks here that we traded was AVGO. AVGO here, one of the reasons I love it is it has this really nice upward trend. You guys can see the stock has gone from lows at about $40, hitting highs at $180. So it does establish that really nice upward trend there. So we also notice these lines here where we have the blue one, the red. These lines are what we call moving average lines. So they act as support and resistance. And ideally you want to buy that stock on those lines. It's as simple as that. Now, obviously you don't just buy it randomly. We'll talk about some tips and techniques for this. So you want to look at something called the RSI, which is another technical indicator, trading indicator. It pretty much tracks momentum, and it'll have a range in between about an 80 to about 20 in most circumstances. But when it comes with that range, anything under a 30 or a 35 is considered an undervalued point, could represent a possible reversal. On the flip side, anything over a 70 could represent an overvalued point. So ideally, you want to find a stock on a support line that's pretty much undervalued on the RSI. And that's exactly what we have. We have this stock here that's trading. It hit that support line. It was trading for about a 31 on the RSI. The last time it was trading for a 31 was back in here where we had this great move. So I understood that we easily could get a good amount of buying pressure off the stock here. You also want to be aware of earnings coming out. At least for me, some traders are different. I never want to hold through an earnings report. I find it very risky to do so. So obviously it just released earnings, so we weren't in on the position at the time, but it's just something to take note of. Maybe in your trading journal, just jot down the earnings date so you can be informed about it. Now, the next thing here that I always do is I go to the hourly and I'm trying to find some sort of support or some sort of breakout. And we entered here near and around, this 145 area where we had this great breakout of that line here. You guys can see that blue line coming in contact here. It broke out here, hit it as support, and the stock has rallied up ever since. And this is our trading journal. If you guys sign up for the course, this is pretty much what we use here. You guys can see AVGO entry price 145. As of right now, it's trading for near and around. It's actually near and around 167. So we're up a little over $700 just off this trade. Now the trade length that we've held this thing for is literally about 4 days. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're up $700 in 4 trading days, which is awesome. So if you're just starting out with swing trading, I highly recommend taking a step back, getting a trading journal, investing into some education, code Lions, 50% off. But more importantly, when we talk about these profits, I believe in base hits. I know I've said it so much on the channel, but base hits are way better than home runs. Those 1, 2, 3% returns that just compound over time are better than trying to swing for the fences and trying to have massive returns of 20, 30%. It's more realistic to just have 1 or 2% and just compound it. I would much rather see you guys have that with good risk and reward, and you'll be in a great spot, guys. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask down below. Like, subscribe, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and take care.